Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I think we can start now.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Yeah. Right. What we are going to do today in this session, just to summarize in the sense, uh, I'm going to just show you some of the important areas that will be focused to the setting your exam paper, right? So only the important things I have taken, some of the presentations. You have gone through all the presentations and you get the copies as well. So go through and in this session, I will explain further how you take the knowledge of those and convert it into the practice. So your question paper is more focused on practical aspect, right? Not theoretical aspect. That is more focus on practical aspect. That I will make it using some cases, some stories, and some problems. Then you have to analyze it, right? So using the theoretical knowledge what you gain during this period, you have to uh, use it. And using the theoretical knowledge, you have to analyze the story, analyze the problem, and suggest what sort of solutions or what sort of proposed actions can be taken solving the problem, right? So that is how the paper is set, right? So there are few questions, different types of questions, and I will explain later what sort of questions are there. So how you answer the questions, right? Some with our experience, we have gone through some of the answering, some of the students, how they answer, and uh, uh, the past experience, and uh, highlight what we got those experience I will share. And when you answer, you need to because when you answer this kind of questions, you need to be more practical, since you all are practitioners, not the academicians. So your practical knowledge is very important in sharing with these questions. And what we expect in this test, how you look at a problem. Almost you got a lot of theories. If you go through all the theories, what you learn throughout, you will see number of theories, right? Different theories related to supply chain, related to sourcing, quality, strategic, likewise. In a different uh, uh, subjects, you got different theories, number of theories. We can't say these are the numbers you find when you go through theories. There are theories even we haven't heard about, right? So no one knows all the theories. So theories are basically some of the behaviors of the people, and being updated. So you need to find the recent theories. So with the research papers, you can see what sort of theories are there. So when it comes to professional means they should be able to, the professionals can convert the theories into practice, right? That is where you can solve problems. Whatever problems you find, you can get some support from the theory how to solve the problem, right? So there is a art we call way of working or passion, right? Those are the things, the differences that you find in different people. So you will see in a different angle, I will see in a different angle. This is some sociological aspects we are following. So human behaviors, so different behaviors you find different human. Even there are people, there are kids with age of 5 6 years. They talk about the astronomy and some of the philosophical findings, right? So that is how the behaviors. So those behaviors uh, developed and tested, and that's how finally the theories comes, right? So you can use those theories into your uh, problem solving requirements. So I will just explain what sort of module that we covered during this period, and uh, that is focused on sourcing in supply chain management, right? So I'll give you some brief introduction about the supply chain management. That is where your first module uh, under this subject. So I will explain a very brief, small explanation about supply chain management, right? So then the examination content and the format and how you can write it, the papers, and you need to earn marks, right? So then in that there are different questions, case study, and some questions. So how the marks are being allocated. Then the areas. So I have selected areas only those are focus for developing your, setting your exam paper, right? So those modules I have included here and give you a brief explanation, brief introduction about those, and further knowledge you can read those. So I have focused on those areas. So you will find when you take uh, the content of those areas, you see the entire sourcing is covered, right? So in a different places you find some key areas in that. So this is what I'm going to do in this session, right? So the module, the sourcing will get these areas. So I saw all the presentations, and those presentations cover the entire area. And additionally, you will find a strategic part here, a strategic sourcing, right? So the traditional sourcing and strategic sourcing. So every subject you find this strategic part, strategic thinking we need to develop, where our our requirement in business is the competitive advantage, right? So this is why we incorporate this strategic in every subject. So the the key areas what you have covered in this the introduction to supply chain, it is there, the first module. Then purchasing and organization, supply structure and design, sorry, supply development, purchasing tools and techniques, quality management, we went through it. Then supply and performance management, this is very important area. How you evaluate your suppliers and efficiency and effectiveness. Then strategic cost management and purchasing law and ethics. So basically you have covered almost all the areas. So there can be small areas you will not clear about that, but when you go through the entire session, you can find all the slides include uh, all these areas, right? So this is the module what we are going to deliver, and what we delivered, and what we are going to uh, focus on in your examination. So then the knowledge, right? The important thing, knowledge part. So you need to the important part what you will get from this is the knowledge. So you should be able to handle whatever problems in this sourcing uh, area, so related to sourcing, in a very effective manner, right? So then going through the supply chain, so there are different definitions, right? So uh, go through those definitions. So uh, different definitions you will find related to supply chain, but when you take uh, the meaning, the key areas what they are addressing in this is same. So this the first one, it says the supply chain is the network of organization that are involved through upstream and downstream linkage in different process and activities that produce value in the form of product and services in the uh, hand of ultimate consumers. Second one, it says it is management across the network of upstream and downstream organization of material, information, and resource flow that lead to the creation of value in the form of product and service. So when you go through these definitions, you will see there are keywords. What are the keywords here? Supply chain management, upstream, downstream. So two areas, upstream, downstream, right? Try to don't learn by heart, right? So try to get the uh, understanding, right? So the concept, we call concept-based learning. So first you get the concept. Now, what I always try uh, with when teaching mathematics, so I'm not just giving you how to do the calculations using the Pythagoras theorem, right? So I ask a student, get a something a thread or some where they can use measuring tape or whatever thing, and try to make a triangle and see what sort of corner errors in their buildings, right? So when you uh, check these corner errors of the buildings, then you have to use Pythagoras theorem. Then they will come with the Pythagoras theorem, and then easy to teach it. So this is why the importance of understanding the concept. So what you find in supply chain, you start from supplier to uh, customer, right? Not only that, it has gone beyond that. From supplier side, it has gone supplier relationship management. From customer side, it has gone from CRM, customer relationship management, beyond that, right? And in this way also SRM. So you are focusing SRM up to this area you are focusing. This is called upstream and downstream, right? So this is upstream and downstream. So where are the sourcing? Sourcing means you need to find sources, suppliers, and how you manage the supply relationship, how you negotiate, how you set your pricings, what sort of strategies, how their behaviors, likewise, legal contract, what sort of contract that you are going to have with them, and all these things you will must have discussed during this period. So this will be the last session. That's what I'm taking you some of the summaries explaining. So this is where the supply chain management you find. So basically we can say this is as CPOC mean supply, input, process, output, and the customers. So uh, from supplier side, you find SRM, customer side, you find CRM. CRM means customer relationship management. So these are the basic concept of supply chain management, right? So basically in supply chain management, you learn some flows and processes, right? I saw in the presentations what you discussed at the beginning, and even not the I think last or middle, somewhere you have gone through some of the important knowledge of the supply chain management. So going through that, we can explain in this way. So supply chain management is between supplier to customers, right? So supply is there, customer is there, in there is a process. That is what I explain you, SIPOC, supplier input. Supplier supply goods, then you get it to the input house. Then from warehouse to you get it to the process and you add value in this, right? So add value. Then you again send it to the warehouse, that is output. From there, you deliver it to the customer, right? This is the process. This is the process. So in supply chain management, you find flows and process. What are the flows? Information, product, services, material, and funds. We call information flow, material flow, financial flow. And from this side to this side, you get cost and value, right? So you add cost and plus value. So what is the difference between cost and the value? This is the important thing. So we discuss all these things, even how the value is created, what is the definition of value, and what sort of values are there, functional values, and how it explained functional value divided by cost. So we discuss all these things, right? So you need to go through that in order to get the knowledge of value, right? We discuss even value analysis. So value chain, everything you have taken. So basically, when you talk about the supply chain, where we start the flows and processes. So flows, there are information flow, material flow, and financial flow. So information flow, most of the time, it comes from the customer to supplier, but material flow is from supplier to customer. So financial flow, you find both side, right? So your cost and the value. So this is the basic concept of uh, supply chain management. In addition to that, you find the process, how the process. So this example is given to you, right? So when you explain about the supply chain management, you have to basically talk about all these things. So uh, when you write your exam, when you write your question answers to the questions, you can write a number of pages, but if you don't uh, include or incorporate these words, flows, processes, then information, material, then what do you call the financial, right? So those keywords should be there in your 5, 6 pages, right? Or another student can write half a page in indicating these important keywords, key areas, right? That is why uh, don't go through everything. You just try to understand the concept. So you are working in the industry and working related to the supply chain management. So this is nothing, right? So when you go through these process flows, you can imagine what sort of things are happening. So this is theory. So theory give you these the summary form. Theory gives you information. Then you have to understand what are information. Okay. So informations are customer complaint, then supplier complaints, right? Then process improvement, non-conformities. There are non-conformity when you make a product that is not comply to the standard. Okay, so you want to purchase material somewhere, you are purchasing, then you need to get the information of the product informations. Then you standardize it, you check whether it's comply to your requirement. Uh, at the initial stage, I remember one time when I ordered some stainless steel strips from, I wanted some stainless steel strips for using the conveyor guards. Then I ordered from China. So we went and we placed the order, we checked the samples, then finally we approved the sample and asked one container. So they have shipped it. It came. When going through the material what you received, that is not stainless steel, right? That is mild steel. So this kind of things can happen. So they show you something original, uh, uh, good product, acceptable product, but sending something else, right? That is not recently, long ago, when China is developing, but now the scenario is different, right? Now we can trust them. Uh, Chinese things are very good, right? So uh, they don't do this kind of things. Even they can speak English, they can understand. Those days they can't speak, they can't understand. That sort of barriers were there, and no trust, and many issues. But now they have developed, right? Unlike us. So we are all the time in one place. We are not developing every day. We do the same thing. So every day we learn lesson. So this kind of non-compliance can happen. So the informations and customer complaints, what you are going to do for customer complaints, you how you take the actions, what sort of uh, cause and effect analysis. So the problem solving we learn from the quality assurance, right? Cause and effect analysis, fishbone diagram, and Pareto chart. So 7 QC tools you can use. So this is how you connect it. When you find a customer complaint, you take the customer complaint and don't try to shape it, right? Most of the companies, what they do, they try to shape it. They uh, issue some free delivery or something, or they get the damaged item and they give free of charge one. So that will never solve your problem. The same problem will get tomorrow as well, right? You need to find the root cause and eliminate, remove the root cause where it generate. So if not, you are attacking, you are giving solutions to the effect, not the cause. So two different things, right? Problem and the questions. So you are going to questions you find as answer, problem you don't find answer, right? For a problem you will find a cause. So you can remember not long, 2 3 years ago, there was a big issue uh, in somewhere central parts, north central or somewhere. Yes, yes. The kidney failures and some of the issues. I don't know now how is it. And finally, they identified the cause is the fertilizer and stopped using fertilizer. And finally, uh, there was a huge aragale. So this kind of things can happen, but that is something different story where the implementation part you find some uh, uh, inadequacy, the lack of some implementation issue, right? So, however, now the information is very important in supply chain. Okay, so this is a few example what I selected: the customer complaint, supplier, then your internal informations, your failures, your non-conformities, non-compliance. All these things are informations, right? Most of the companies, they used to keep suggestion box on the floor. They never get suggestions, right? That's the reason why they are not getting suggestions. If they get suggestions, it could be something uh, blame to the management. Most of the time you get a lot of blames from the floor level people. This is uh, where your strategic approach is missing. That is why that happened. So you never get suggestions, you never get informations. You need to develop your culture to get the information, right? So the information flow is very important in supply chain. So we are talking the process through out the process from supplier to customer uh, process. So this is what farmer get the grain and then it process cereal, then packing and distribute grocery. So you uh, must have heard about farm to fork, farm to table. Now I heard one advertisement, farm to table, right? So farm to table and farm to fork is one concept. Throughout those process, there are many value addition process you find. So the important thing here, each process has cost, each process has value. So how you can add value and how you can reduce cost. So you want to develop your product, you need to analyze the value and cost. So reduce cost, increase value. Other than no uh, strategy to talk, right? So you have two options here. So these are the strategies. Finally, that leads to competitive advantage, right? So, this is what we call the value chain. Value chain is the bigger picture, and supply chain is a subset of that. Logistic is subset of that. Transport is subset of that, right? So there are misconceptions. There were misconceptions, but now almost cleared out. So another small area is there. I think with the time, another 2-3 years later, you will see that also get sorted out, where the operations in this, you find operations which is not in which is not under supply chain. Now we talk that, but later on this will come to under supply chain as well. So the bigger picture is the value chain, where you add value to your product, your materials, right? So the primary process and supporting process, this is primary process, where we call supply chain management. These are the supporting process, and another process, another activities there in this development part. You need to have research and development. So these are important things, important areas, key areas of the value chain. And margins, then marketing and service. So this is the bigger picture where you add value. Then part of that, the subset of that is supply chain. Supply chain is in this part. In there also, you need to remove this operation. Inbound and outbound, we call upstream and downstream, right? So then logistic it is another part. Only how you arrange the procurement and everything included in this. Then transport is another part, how you transport. Deliveries can be done, or supply, material supply and material delivers. So all under transport, right? So and another important thing, so how you are going to reduce the cost. Now you want to reduce cost, you are talking on reducing supply chain cost, right? Not the process. Now as usual practice, what we do in our organizations, we are mainly focusing on process. We are focusing to reduce the cost in the process and improve the quality of the product, right? This is what we do in organizations. So we are not focusing on supply chain process and sourcing. So sourcing, you can remember when we discussed the value analysis, that purchasing tools and techniques, there were few research outcomes. 50% of the cost is related to supply chain, right? So you have a big portion there to reduce. So you can do that from your duty, your responsibility. So sourcing is a very important area in cost reductions. You can reduce somewhat considerable amount if you properly manage it. And the qualitative and quantitative evaluations you have. Qualitatively, you can evaluate your performance. Quantitatively, you can evaluate your performance, right? The financial evaluation, only financial evaluation is not enough in procurement, right? In purchasing. So you need to evaluate the quality, how the product quality, how the service quality, your suppliers, how they supply you product to you. Are they supplying on time, and how they are service? Are they uh, uh, within a contactable area, and what how they reach to you if a problem is there, how their response, right? Then all these comes under information. So the information is one major part of this. So this is where we neglect. We never consider the informations. Even we don't like to receive customer complaints, right? So we are in that mindset. So that is the difference between Japanese and us. So Japanese, they are willing, they keen, they wait for customer complaints and responses. They check what sort of responses they get for their products. And someone can visit the plant, so they definitely they will get your opinion as well. So whoever uh, visits the plants, they get their opinion, suggestions, improvement, everything. There's a method. So the role of sourcing, finding the balance between the quality of the raw material and the affordability. So there's a big role in sourcing. So your quality, your supplier, and quality is depend on supplier to supplier, different quality, and price, then service, delivery, and related cost. Those are uh, important uh, in role of sourcing. So under that, we discuss many areas. I will just go through the strategic alignment. So we discuss all the sourcing sourcing knowledge with the strategic approach. So strategic management is involved in all the areas, all the subjects, where you can incorporate the theories. A lot of theories are there under strategic management, starting from SWOT analysis, pestle analysis, five forces, value chain, then uh, then just another one. What is that? Diamond rule. Likewise, generic rule, cost leadership, and differentiation. So all are the answer of BCG metrics. Likewise, you will get number of tools in strategic management is used in everywhere, not only sourcing, supply chain, marketing, human resource, everywhere. So start from vision and mission. Strategic management start from vision and mission. There should be a vision, and then mission, how you reach to vision. And VMV is the value, vision, mission, and value. We call it strategic intent. So in this sourcing, also find strategic management, strategic alignment. So starting from vision and mission, then voice of customers. We like voice of customer. Most of the time, organizations reluctant to get customer complaints, right? You need to uh, get more complaints, right? So you need to do some evaluations and meet customer and get their views, because you will not have a business if no customers. No customers, no business, right? So this is what Peter Drucker said. Business means earning customers. So you have to earn customers. Your growth is with the customers. If you find a big customer base, that means you have good growth. Okay, so the customer's voice and the supplier's voice, you have to look after the suppliers and business. Then in other areas, supply chain related, uh, marketing strategy, operation strategy, uh, then financial strategy. So everything interconnected. So a strategic approach start from the top level of the organization. So this is where the difference you find an earlier stage and the, now the latest practices, different decisions taken by different levels. So you can get it like this. So strategic decisions will taken by top level, tactical decisions will taken by the middle level, then operational strategies will taken by the operational level, or the people in the bottom. So this is what the decision makings and even this process is involved in sourcing as well, right? So then the finally what we are trying to get, what we are trying to reach is the competitive advantage, where we can reduce cost, where we can increase the value. Competitive advantage occurs when an organization acquires or develops and attributes or combinations of attributes that allow it to outperform its competitors. Competitive advantage can be obtained from different areas. Most of the time, most of the companies thinks that it can be uh, obtained from the marketing, right? So all the companies give first priority to marketing. Why? They are the people bring you money. Others are uh, expenditures, right? They spend, but these people bring you money, and that is why the marketing has become very important. So again, when you go through the Peter Drucker's findings, what he said, business is entrepreneurship and marketing, right? You can start your own business, but if you don't have a market, then that's a problem. So again, who is in the market? Customers are the market. So you have to earn customers is the process, is the requirement of the business. So where you can get the competitive advantage mainly from the operation. How? Reducing cost, improve quality, reduce cost. So uh, improve value. So these are the possible strategies what you can adapt to your processors. So finally, the quality, you can become a market leader, you can provide volume, you can reduce cost. When you provide volume, your cost will go down. right? And be cost conscious, right? You can remember we discuss most of the cost management, strategic cost management, where you find about cost and value. So having those those key areas, addressing those, then definitely you can get competitive advantage. And another thing is the service, right? So then exam focus, introduction to supply chain management. Uh, I have given you a small introduction about the supply chain management. The key areas. The concept of the supply chain management, I explain you. So there will be a question on this. Then purchasing tools and techniques. That part we can discuss. You see how many are there? Yeah, we have around 17. Yeah, good attendance today. Right, then purchasing tools and techniques. Another question will be in that. Then strategic sourcing, information system, supply quality management, strategic cost management. So I was able to set nice questions from these areas, right? So let's see how you will answer. And one first question, part A, 40 marks. That is the case study. You will get a case study and you need to read it very carefully and answer the questions. Then another 3 questions you need to select from part B, each 20 marks. So those the 4 questions uh, I have selected from the other areas, right? So case study will be on the strategic cost management, right? That is the key area in this module. So I have given more weight to that. Okay. So how you are going to answer it? And when you answer the case study, you have to read it carefully, understand the content, select the focus subject area. Say, now I have told you that is the strategic cost management, right? So you don't want to struggle on searching that, relate the subject area, then read the questions, and first you get some idea what sort of answer they are looking here, and especially go through the marks allocated. Sometimes students, without looking the marks, they write number of pages. Only 2 or 3 marks you will get. How many minutes you have wasted, right? So, and if you can't figure out, you can have a sketch or something. There are some even when you want to explain your answer, you can use the diagrams and all, right? Let's say question is there to explain, to discuss the uh, uh, process in the value chain, right? So then you have to draw the value chain, and after having a good drawing, there you can mark the important areas, flows and the processes, the primary process, what is primary process, what is supporting process, and then explain about the importance of value chain. Value chain is there to add value, right? Uh, so you have to have some diagrams in this. So try to remember all these things. It is easy to remember you because you are in the process now. You are working crowd, so you are in the process. You handle procurement, supply chain, purchasing, transport, sourcing, everything you handle. And you have practical knowledge just going through the uh, questions, you can answer it. And all the time you have to be with the case study, right? I have seen uh, sometimes the students explain everything with the theory, use this theory, that theory, and all these things, but there's no relationship between the uh, case study and their answer. So keep in touch that, and there are I think four questions. Yes, four questions in part A. Each get 10 marks, so you can answer. Don't write number of pages where you have to decide where the limit, the boundary. For 10 marks, how many words you have to write, right? So out of those words, there should be mainly the keywords should include. So you have to check what are the keywords should include in this. So uh, you can write half a page, getting all the information, important keywords in these questions. So some another student will write 2-3 pages, the same question, same marks you will get. Then start writing. There's a small spelling problem in this. Then you start writing, and also use the example, the justifications. You have to justify uh, your answer relating to the case study, right? So all the time you should be with the case study. You pick some area from the case study and explain. In the other questions, again, read the questions, identify the knowledge area, start writing, focusing the questions, then understand. Uh, different slots you have in your brain, so you can load different areas: value chain, strategy, cost management, purchasing tools, sourcing strategy, likewise. So you need, for once you identify the uh, related knowledge area, then easy. And understand the action word: explore, explain, briefly, briefly explain, and assign accordingly. You have to assign the time there. Then don't write jargons and all these things, right? Don't try to waste time. Don't write 2-3 pages. Maximum 1 page is enough. uh, let's say the maximum 10 marks, 15 marks. 1 page is more than enough, right? You don't want to write number of pages to satisfy the number of marks. So only thing you need to have the keywords, important keywords, right? So let's say there's a question, define supply chain management. Then you can write whatever thing, but there should be flows, processes, upstream, downstream, customers, supplier, right? Those words should be there, whatever jargon you write, right? Then decide your own boundary and based on marks allocated. So you have to take a decision. So uh, what sort of answer that you are going to get, and what sort of marks you are getting to this, right? So all these you have to have your own judgment. Okay, then the case study, the first questions, you will get a case study, this kind of case study, right? So go through the case study and read this carefully. Different things are there. This is on Xerox product cost management. They have discussed different things. Cost management is knowledge to be number one, the drivers for new product introduction. Likewise, carefully read this, right? So this is the case study, the example. You will get this kind of case study, and carefully you can read this. And based on this case study will be almost almost a page, right? I saw last time one subject, the case study was around 5-6 pages. So I'm not giving in that way. Different methods are there setting your paper, right? So you should be I can put you in trouble, but when reading this, if it takes more than half an hour, then you will probably you lost your time there and searching some informations. So take 5-10 minutes and quickly read, right? This is where you need to develop your reading skills. Even at the end, you will find another research dissertation, right? So in that, you need to read many publications, papers. So literature review you have to do. So many papers required to read there. So your reading skills should be developed when you follow masters. That is why the case studies are giving all the time. Okay, so the case study, now going through this case study, what you can, as per my instructions given here, read the case study carefully, understand the content, and select the focus subject area, right? I will give you a few minutes. Try to find from what subject area is this. Xerox has two product areas: production system and office machines. Production systems are the product manufactured for companies that generate revenue with Xerox large system. Example include print shop, insurance companies, and banks that run millions of print documents every month. in this environment, the goal is to deliver business solutions for a total cost decisions where the price of the unit is not an important parameter, but rather the solutions that delivers more print per hours, more competitive, and service package wrapped around the solutions. The profit drivers in this case are in the consumables down the road, and reliability of the machine is the number one cost driver. Cost will be traded off for reliability in any new product design. Office machines are all the multifunctional copiers, printers, and devices utilized in office environment. In this business, lowest price possible is the smaller parameter, a singular parameter driving customer sales. However, cost competitiveness is crucial to drive down selling price, and profit is made from the consumables and service that is provided to the business. Okay, there are 3 slides here, right? So this is first slide. Then another slide is there. So basically 2 products you find in this. Right? So what are the possible questions in this? First, you have to try to find the subject area. Any comments on this? Yes. Any comments?
The question arises from that could be a strategic area of sourcing, and then competitive advantage we have to discuss.
Yes. Okay.
And even the quality of the product, the supplier's quality management, how best is taken into consideration the facts to be applied to increase the quality of the and even the cost also is involving in that. So
any specific area out of your learning in this?
Competitive advantage.
Competitive advantage is there. Going through the case study, you will see some important words in this. You are right. You are right. You said, sorry?
Cost management.
Yes. Now, as per your subject area, I need the complete module. Cost management is right, but there's another part. Correct word is cost management. That is right. There's another part in front.
Strategic cost management.
Yes, the strategic cost management, right? So you have to clearly identify cost management is right. That is the concept, but we are focusing strategic cost, right? So strategic management is to win the game, not to lose the game, right? So the strategy came from the war after we adapted it into the management as well, right? Why we need to win? because of the competitive advantage. There are many businesses, not only one. If it is electricity board, no problem. If it is petroleum, no problem, right? We are not in that. We are in a competitive environment. So there are competitors. We can't use the cost plus. So cost plus margin we can't use. So we need to be a strategic. We are following strategic cost management, right? So in that, now, if I ask you what sort of, now, if you want to reduce the cost in this Xerox product, what sort of cost management system they have indicated some areas.
Quality cannot be compromised as per them.
Okay, right. Yeah, without compromising the quality, how you improve now? Quality depends on your product and the service. Okay, product is product is developed by the operation. So operation is not in supply chain. I explain it to you using the value chain, right? Yet it is not, but in future it will be under supply chain, right? Then there's no problem with the quality. So not related to supply chain, the quality in the sense, the product quality, but service quality is there. Service quality will incorporate with the delivery, all the activities in the downstream, right? Deliveries and customer related things. So then there won't be issue with the quality in this. So how you can reduce your cost? From where? In supply chain. Your compromise will not be in this relating to quality. So you can reduce cost. From where you can reduce? How you can reduce? Then what costing method you will use?
New product development.
No. We went through all this. In this case study, they have mentioned some, you will find some words, key words in this, right? That is why the important here, read this case study carefully and identify what are the related related keywords to the subject area, right? So you have to identify it, and then with the words only you have to identify it, right? So what sort of keywords you find in this, and from that word you quickly you should be able to identify this says about this concept, right? So indication is given there. Okay, the indication, sorry?
Sourcing activities around the target cost?
No.
The time.
No. Anyway, you, I will give you, if you want a few minutes to read this. If you can pick.
The more competitive part is delivering more print per hour, right? So
Okay, yes, right. So what are the, how you reduce it? How you, now this is strategic cost management, right? You can't just say, let's say transport. You can't just reduce number of transport or something. No, that is not we are doing. Strategic means you need to analyze it. You need to get data, analyze it, right? So this is where in supply chain management, one of the key flow, information flow. So you need to gather information, analyze it, interpret it, and take decision. This is what the process in supply chain, the strategic cost management, right? So you get information, you analyze it, you interpret it, you need to interpret it, right? Sometimes you will interpret it in a different way, another one will interpret it in another way, right? Then make the decision. This is where we had the problem in this fertilizer issue. Researcher did their part, and they found they interpret their findings when implement at the implementation stage, they got it in a wrong way, right? So different people will interpret in different way. So different ideas, right? This is the important thing in a strategic management. So you have to, sometimes you have to use 2-3 scales, 2-3 tools where to double check your results, right? So strategic mean you gather information, do analysis, then interpret. Your findings should be interpreted, right? Then decision maker can take decision in a different way. So you can focus your now quality you can't sacrifice, right? You need to have quality, you need to maintain it. No issue. We are not touching the operation. Quality is mainly coming from operation. Then supply chain, what are the areas now remaining? You can focus on supplier side. You can focus on logistic, transportation, warehouse, inventories, right? So you have many areas. Now quality is not a problem. There won't be any compromise in quality. So then we can reduce cost in a different way. So what we need to do some analysis. Selecting some of the important information in this, we need to do some analysis. So how are we going to do the analysis? That is the important thing, right? I will explain you some of things in the strategic cost management, what we have gone through different cost management we discussed in this, right? So the main purpose of that is the strategic cost management is a program established businesses use in order to regularly identify and analyze cost drivers to lower cost and maximize total value, right? This is comply with supply chain management. So supply chain management, we need to reduce cost and increase value, right? Then what will be the benefits you get? Be implementing a strategic cost management program, businesses can not only lower their costs, but also create a strategic competitive advantage. So we are working towards strategic competitive advantage, right? Then creating a strategic plan, setting priorities in operations, ensuring it is using limited resources where you can control your resource, control your waste. Waste mean how you identify a waste. Waste means where the activities not adding the value, right? There can be activities that will not add value. So those are called waste. this is the definition you get from the lean concept, lean management. So where the value is not added, we identify as a waste. So that is how you can improve, you can increase the value of your process, product, many things, right? So you need to break the processes into different parts. It's like a work breakdown structure. In project management, you will learn when you want to do a project, you need to break it into different work packages. Likewise, your process, you have to break into different activities. It can be a work package or activity, right? So your organization structure is a breakdown structure, right? The top man is there, then under top man there are different managers. Under different managers there are different executives. Likewise, levels are there and breakdown is there. So everyone working for a one common goal. So likewise, you need to break the process activities, and that is how you do the analysis of activities, whether it add value or not. If it is not, then we call it waste. Then you need to see something different way to make it value addition, right? So now the strategic cost management is a program established businesses use in order to regularly identify and analyze cost drivers to lower cost. Now, your process, supply chain process, is not related to operations where you all the time add cost. Delivery means it's adding cost, right? Transport means it's adding cost. Inventory means that is waste. So going through the lean management, you will get the concept called Tim Wood. Tim Wood mean inventory. They have identified inventory is a waste, right? So then how are we going to address those areas, right? Where you find this type of functions, how we are going to analyze this value adding processes. What are the waste and value adding processes? Though I have done it under value analysis, different tools and techniques we discuss in that, right? So basically, you can use different cost structures. In costing, you can use different cost structures, right? Now, first you identify the cost drivers. There are cost drivers, right? So we discuss different types of costing methods, pricing methods. I'm not going to discuss everything in this, right? You need to go through the note. Everything is there, and I'm just giving you some thought here, you to get more learning. Right now, today we can do some revisions, focusing the important areas you to get through the examination, right? But other than that, there are more areas, more knowledge, right? Don't confine only to the examination, try to get the knowledge as well. So the examination, the master's examinations, most of the time, we are not testing your theoretical knowledge or something. We are trying to test, how you convert the theory into practice, how you analyze a problem, how you get theoretical approach to solve a problem, right? Those are skills we are testing. So, and try to familiarize these words and use these words in your workplace. Value analysis, value engineering, all these you have to use, right? In you now. You should be able to generate ideas, the innovation, creativity, and strategic approaches. So those are the areas you need to develop, right? When, let's say, one of your colleague is doing a presentation in your organization, then going through that presentation, you should be able to generate some new ideas. So looking that, you should be able to get new ideas. So how you analyze, and the important thing is the analysis and the interpretations, right? So when you analyze a problem, then you will get different solutions, so you can interpret it in a different way. Let's say now you are going to get the competitive advantage, then what we need to do reduce cost, increase value, right? So those are the possible strategies. You need to find strategies for those possible areas where you need to reduce cost, then increase the value. How you increase the value? Your service value. Then you need to search what sort of value increases are possible. What are the theories available on that? Then reduce cost. Now I am asking you to reduce supply chain cost. So what are the theories available to use in reducing cost, right? In supply chain. And I told you around 50% of the cost is related to supply chain. So only 50% is going with the operation cost. So you need to purchase, you need to transport, you need to store it in your warehouse, then you need to supply to the process, then process, they will do conversion, they will add value, they will get your fabrics, and they cut it and they change the shape of the fabric and add the value and make another product, right? They make a garment, then your fabric cost is $100. They sell the garment $1,000, $900. You find the profit, right? So that is only profit value wise, but cost wise. So your purchasing cost, your operation cost, your machinery, your energy, your labor, and your fixed cost, renting, your transportation, all cost, right? So each activities you need to break. So this is where we use the activity-based costing. So we have, I think we have done a small example there, right? So how the activity-based costing is done, you have to break all the activities into different areas and develop the drives. So using the drives, you can see, you can develop in this way a table, and these are the cost drive: number of POs, number of issues, number of parts, machine hours, number of changing notes, number of work orders, number of new drawings. So all you can spend time or numbers or whatever things, then get the total cost, and cost per driver you can analyze in this way, right? I think last time when I was explaining this, I explained you different examples, especially when you find 2-3 products, we call it product portfolio. Most of the organizations, they are not having one product, right? They are trying to have more products. So different brands. Let's say when you take the paint industry, they get different brands. In Dulux, CIZ, what they get, they have Dulux and they have Glidden, right? Two cost structures, two profit margins, and two customer segmentations, right? Likewise, you should be able to go through all these cost factors, drivers, and do some analysis, cost analysis. Thereby, you will see the expensive. And I remember last time we did a spend analysis. So from the spend analysis also, you can, if you do a complete exercise with spend analysis, you can see who is the highest profitable, the profitable customer, profitable supplier, right? Likewise, there are now recently I did another analysis, one company. There are 4-5 people delivering products to different companies. So going through did the analysis, who is delivering highest value, who is incorporating highest value, right? Contribution. Likewise, you can do analysis. The important thing in the strategic cost management is to do analysis. So whatever information, so information is important, right? If you don't have information, you can't do analysis. No numbers, no improvement. That is the only word I used to tell. You need to have numbers. So no numbers, no improvement. So you need to convert qualitative, even qualitative can be converted to quantitative, right? So when you analyze risk analysis, you need to do in a 2 ways, qualitative and quantitative. So how convert to qualitative into quantitative? There is method, right? Let's say you want to see the happiness. When you go to bank, you will be given moods, different mood. So yeah. So you are given different moods. So you have to click it. Happy mood, sad mood, likewise, different moods. So they have given numbers to each. So those numbers, that means they are converting your qualitative ideas into quantitative, right? Happiness index is there. So which country is the most happiest? You can get it by a number. Likewise, you need to convert it into numbers and now go through this table. Cost per cost drive. Number of POs, purchase orders, cost is 20 per purchase order, right? So you spend on that. Yeah. So likewise, you can see which is the most expensive activity. Customer order processing, 200. Likewise, different numbers, 850s, they are machine hours. So now how you do the analysis? You can remember we discuss problem solving methods under quality management, right? QC tools. Now, when you take, you have done some extents using the information, you have done the analysis. So going through this analysis, how you pick which one you are going to address to reduce cost. Give me a rationale, right? Not just the highest value or something. I need a theoretical tool. Can you put into some order in this? And in quality management, we discuss one tool there to identify the most important. You can now offhand you can say 875, 200, 80. So those are the highest value. But using a tool, problem solving tool, can you suggest what tool we can use here to select which cost drives are important to address? Anyone? I explained that last time in spend analysis. That's what I'm trying whether that is available here or not. You to show it is not available here. Yes, it is there. Can find in this slide what tool? Yes.
Use of Pareto chart.
Yes, that's right. So you have to use Pareto chart. What is Pareto chart? When you get this kind of number of items, when you get this kind of number of items, you have to use the Pareto chart, right? Pareto chart means the 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule is this: 80% of the problem will contribute by 20% of the items, right? Let's say here you get 10 items, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items here. Now you are going to, this is a problem for you. So out of these 10 items, only 2 items will contribute to the 80% of the problem, right? Using Pareto chart, you can select which are the most significant activities that to be selected, right? So if you do something to that 20% of the items, let's say out of these 10 items, only 2 items, 20% means 2 items, no? If you do something to that 2 items, then you can solve 80% of the problem, right? So I have explained that part. They are under quality management. So I'm just giving you some thoughts, right? So each word what we discussed today, if you carefully taken, then definitely you can pass your examination, right? So I can't tell you all the questions and all the answers, but often there are some indications in this session, right? So you have to pick those key areas during this revision period. Then even from the slides also you can pick. So you have to be strategic if you are a strategic, then definitely only going through in this session, you can pass your examination, right? So that is what we call strategic. Then Pareto chart is one area, right? So I expect this kind of answers. So you can't just say the highest one will be selected to do some get some solution or something. No, that is not the way you need to answer. You have to do thorough analysis and use the Pareto chart, then use from the Pareto chart, the highest contributors, 20% will be selected. Likewise, you need to, theoretically, you have to, the theoretical contribution should be there in your answer. Okay. So strategic supply chain cost management, we discuss this part. So this is where the supplier and customer, you can see there's no operation involvement in this. So from the supplier side, tier 1, tier 2 suppliers are there. So all elements you can find the related cost elements or drivers, we call drives, you can find from there. Then customer side, right? So supply chain strategic cost management will cover this scope, suppliers and customers. So what are the activities you use in supplier side and upstream and the downstream? So then break it into different cost drives. So identify the cost drives, cost per cost drives, and then start your, this is where the analysis, and now you can interpret, as I explain the table, the highest cost, then you can't select the ascending order or descending order, right? You need to use some sort of problem solving techniques, which we have learned under quality management, the 7 QC tools, Pareto chart, fishbone diagram, checklist, then control charts, right? Using those tools, you can do the analysis, and finally you will come to conclusion, what sort of action. So that is the implementation. So this is how you are able to reduce the cost, right? 50% cost is there in your total cost, where you can do something, at least reduce 20%. So that's also would benefit to your profitability, right? And then what you can do, you can reduce the price of the product. So this is how the Toyota, they have done the analysis. That is how they have gone to the JIT concept, just-in-time concept. They understood that inventory is a waste. Then what they did, they outsource it. In supply chain, you find the strategies, different strategies, right? So you will learn it. I don't know whether you learn or not. Probably this next semester you will get more theoretical knowledge. Different strategies. Strategies are important in supply chain, right? So push-pull strategy, postponement, make to order, make to drink. Likewise, logistic design for logistic. Likewise, different strategies are available in supply chain. So then you use it to reduce the cost. So this is how the just-in-time method developed. They went through the different processes and identify the cost factors, cost drivers, then decided to remove the inventory. Inventory is a waste, right? So having inventory in your organization, having a big inventory, you will argue with me that is one of the competitive advantage, right? Yes, but we are talking about inventory management, right? If you can eliminate the inventory, then that is the best. If you can't eliminate, then you need to manage it. So no one is managing this in proper way, right? This is where most of the companies, there is a silent killer. So you don't know when when the organization will bankrupt, right? Suddenly it can be happen. It will definitely happen because of the inventory, high inventory. So we did cost analysis, price analysis, total cost of ownership. These things we discussed, right? So go through all the areas. So I will help you. That case study is related to strategic cost management, right? So further, you need to identify which type of cost is talking about, right? This is the difference between traditional and strategic cost management. This is already we discussed last time. Particulars, time span, focus, cost drive, cost drive concept, objectives, then cost reduction approach. So two different method in traditional and strategic. When it comes to strategic, remember it is long term, right? Not short term. Why we need strategic? You remember the corporate plan or strategic plan. Why we do strategic plan? For long term purposes, not for short term. So the strategic level people will do the strategic planning. So who are the strategic level? The people in top in the organization, we call, they are the strategic people, right? This is the Maslow hierarchy. People in this top, they are the people do the strategic planning. Then second is the people in tactical level. They do tactical planning. Then operation or sometimes some book says business. Oh, and this is operation, right? Different explanations are there in the different books, but basically strategic, tactical, and operation. Right. This is the hierarchy. So the long-term planning done by the strategic people, even in strategic, in sourcing, in supply chain also, you will find this kind of decision making area. I will explain that. Then the cost drive concept based on volume of the product. Then the strategic is not on that, each value activity. They talk about value. In traditional system, they are not talking about value, volume, right? So economics of scale, when you increase the volume, your fixed cost will go down. Right. So recently there was one analysis I did, one organizations, they came up with target, and their contribution was 3.9%, right? So this is the net profit margin, and based on this net profit, their fixed cost is 71 million, right? Then they have fixed this their break even as 71 million, right? So 3.9 is the net profit margin. So then everyone got this as a challenge. So what I told, the problem is in profit margin here, the 3.9, right? So better, why do you want to have 3.9? Better you can invest it in a fixed deposit. You will get 9%. So you don't want to run a business to get 3.9 net profit. So without any hassle, you can invest fixed deposit. Right now they pay 9%. So this is where the point you need to, if you want to do business, it should be at least above the fixed deposit rate, right? Then I told them to recalculate it using 10%. Then the 71 reduced to 50. So the break even dropped down to 50 million. So 20 million profit they get if they can increase the net profit to 10%, right? So the next challenge is how to get that 10%. So if you can't get, then no point doing business. So better to close it and invest it in a fixed deposit. So now you have challenge here to make this 10%, right? So again, use the cost drives. In the strategic cost management, you use the cost drivers. So cost drives using, you can, there are different brands, different brands. So then they were asked to do analysis using the different brands and make the volumes, right? There are products, the profit margin of that is very low. only 2-3%, let's say 5%, right? But this 5% profit margin, they can focus on volume. In traditional cost management, we are focusing volume, right? This is where the concept comes. So when you do volume business, what benefit you will get? I explained that last time. Your fixed cost will reduce. Your fixed cost will reduce, right? So you have to now, when you go through the Toyota business, what they do volume business. So they have volume. With that, they can reduce your fixed cost, but your profit margin will not get. For that, you need to have another product. So that product you can have 10%. Another product you can have 15%. Likewise, different products you need to different brands. For the strategies you have to use it, right? This is not a difficult task. So companies are doing that. So you have to think in a strategic cost concept or conscious. So this is what the important thing, right? So things are not challenging. Only thing, if you use the approach, the strategic approach, you can win. So that is why when you want to do business now, you should know strategic management. So with that, you can do many things, many analysis. So need analysis. Without analysis, you can't do business now. Competitive advantage will not get you, never. So you need to do a lot of analysis, interpretations, different angle, create more ideas, innovative ideas, and definitely you can win the game, right? So we discuss the activity-based costing there. The important thing is how you are going to apply the cost reduction in supply chain, right? Now, when you talk about cost reductions, we focus all in operation, how to reduce energy cost, how to reduce waste, rejections, quality. Those are the things we are focusing. Every organizations, this is what they do, right? They never focus on supply chain, upstream and downstream. So you have to use activity-based costing, then you can do, you can convert your process, your activities. Most of the activities are recurring things, repeating things. So the numbers, you convert it into numbers, you can observe from the time. Let's say you are working 8 hours. Out of 8 hours, what you do, right? Do comprehensive analysis on that. So then you will see uh, uh, the same things you are doing all the time, right? So there are different methods, mechanisms to reduce, especially the lean concepts are being used. So lean concepts you can practice and implement. This is where you need the knowledge, right? Learning gives creativity. So you need to develop your creativity and get the knowledge and apply it. So this is what the activity-based costing. So one of the important costing method that you can use in supply chain is, and select the cost drives. What are the cost drives? There are three cost drives, basically: structural cost drive, organizational cost drive, and activity cost drives. So convert the activities, the let's say number of purchase orders is one cost drive. So try to identify the cost. Likewise, number of transportation, number of labor hours. So all you can convert into cost drives, right? So those are the cost drives, different cost drives. So number of investment, experience, like technology, that those comes under structural. Then where the customer and supplier satisfy, delivery, then customer care, customer attention, like supplier visits, customer visits, customer visits per car. Now, most of the time, sales reps used to visit the customers. So one visit, you get a cost, right? So there is one cost drive. So you have to identify those cost drives those are within your activities. So you have to do a comprehensive study on that, right? So this is not easy exercise, but without doing, you can't win the game, right? So this is how you can reduce supply chain area, the cost. Not easy, difficult, but when you set up first time, then easy. And also you will get knowledge. So your working place, your organization is the laboratory for you, right? That is how I think. where I work, I use that organization as my laboratory. You have to do some research and development. There can be failures, there can be successes. Failures can celebrate. So successes can celebrate. Failures you can put into R&D, research and development, right? So otherwise, how do you test it? If you go to a garage, they don't have vehicles, right? They do all the experiments with your vehicles. You don't know what they have done to your vehicle, right? They do a lot of experiments with your vehicles. So this is how you have to do all the experiments where you work. So failures, you need to accommodate it into under R&D, right? But don't fail all the time. So try to get win as well. So then convert the things into drivers and identify the cost per cost driver, right? With that, you will identify the most expensive areas there. Use the Pareto chart, Pareto analysis. Out of that, you can select which are the ones you should address. Right. Then we went through the ownership, cost of ownership. So total cost of ownerships equal acquisition cost plus sum of all related cost and expenses into years of useful life. This is something similar to life cycle cost, but not the same, right? So different concept, total cost of ownership. So where you see only the cost, the acquisition cost, but inside the other component, what is invisible: management cost, maintenance cost, inventory cost, technical support cost, then training, disposal, everything in that. So you need to identify that as well. So with that, different methods you find. I have given many costing methods and pricing methods, right? So then,
Excuse me,
yeah.
that before that, the slide before this one, that costs, all costs are relating to customer side, no? In the customer's perspective, acquisition cost plus other costs.
Yeah, not customer, no. Cost means all the every activity you find cost. This one.
Yes, this one, that acquisition cost is the apparent one.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the costs
Yeah.
are hidden.
Yes.
In which perspective? Customer side or supply side?
No, this is total cost,
Uh-huh.
not only the customer.
Okay. Sir.
So everything is included in this.
Okay. Sir.
Not only customer, the total ownership means total. It's more similar to life cycle cost. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Right. So then I explain you the strategic cost management composition. And under that, three things I explained: a strategic positioning analysis and cost drivers. Cost drivers, I explain the structural cost driver, organizational cost driver, and activity cost driver. That's not a no need to go that detail, but when you do ABC analysis, activity-based costing, then you need to understand about these three cost drivers, right? So the cost drivers comes with that. The strategic positioning, you have to do using 5 forces, Porter's 5 forces, or hierarchy, Maslow's hierarchy you can use, and different methods you have to use it. How you find the strategic positioning, the position of your product or your organization, brand, right? Then value chain analysis I discussed there in a different, using different methods. And value proposition I explained. Value proposition means the gains and the pains when you want to do business, how you identify what are the customer requirement. Customer expect a gain or pain, right? Then how you make your product, the propositions. This is what we call the value proposition, right? So detail you will find in the presentation last time. I explain everything, right? So go through this part as well. So try to understand. Probably there will be a question on this, right? So you try to understand what it will give you to do some analysis on this, and how it can apply in your supply chain perspective. What sort of benefits, improvements you can do using that. So this is a strategic cost composition, right? So 3 things are there. And then this is traditional something problem. Yeah. Traditional sourcing and strategic sourcing, 2 things, right? In traditional sourcing process, you will see these type of structures, and strategic sourcing process is different, and many analysis is included in this. Number 1, 6 steps you find here. You have discussed this part as well during the session. And spend analysis, I saw 3 sessions you have discussed this with me, one, and another strategic sourcing, another something information I saw. So spend analysis is there. That means this is one of the important tool, right? So try to use this in your organization. That is where the make easy, right? You never forget it, right? Now I hear, I forget, right? I see, I remember, I do, I understand. So now you are hearing and you are seeing, you are looking the slides as well. I see, I hear, I forget. I know almost you already you forget everything, right? So see, you understand, but when you do, see, you will remember. When you do, you understand. So how I make understand these concepts? I never teach untested principles, right? All these theories I have tested, and I even wherever possible, wherever I get some opportunity, I use these theories. So do some analysis. Recently, I did this one, the strategic positioning one, this part. Recently, I tested cost drive almost I do, even I do some seminars as well in this ABC. This part I did for one company, a strategic positioning. So with that positioning, you can identify what sort of profit margin and how you make your portfolio. Then the spend analysis is one of the important thing. Last time I explained you some examples there. So the second step is the profile internally and externally. So the strategic sourcing process, how you identify your sourcing, your source, your suppliers, and up to legal contract. There are some significant steps you need to follow, right? So try to understand. You don't want to go through all these 6 steps in your examination you required, but you can do some experiments if you feel your application is not so significant or not so important. You can skip some of these processes, but theoretically 6 steps are available. In each steps you find the different analysis, right? Different analysis. First you find spend analysis, then second you find category, the profile, the industry analysis, how you analyze the industry. Then third, develop the sourcing strategy, make or buy, total cost analysis, portfolio analysis, then RFI, request for information, then supplier long list, then fifth, multi-criteria models, supplier short list, and the last one is the contract, the agreements. So the implementation stage. So this part you have discussed, right? Then purchasing tools and techniques, we discuss some of the things. I will just go through only the important things. Purchasing objectives, source products and service at right price, source them from the right source, so right specification, right quantity, right customer, internal customer, right time. So this is what I saw. One of the books, they have identified the Santa Claus is the best supply chain manager. They fulfill right time, right quality, right price, right quantity. So all these objectives are fulfilled. So value analysis and value engineering, we discuss the difference between value analysis and value engineering, and how you identify the value, different types of value, the functional value, esteem value, cost value, exchange value, then value. What is value? Worth to you, divide by price, and the cost, how you reduce the cost and increase the value. That is the important requirement. Then a spend analysis, we discuss how to do a spend analysis. There you can identify your expenditures and your suppliers, what sort of suppliers you have. Let's say you have 10 suppliers, then what amount you have spent on each supplier, and what sort of gain you find from each supplier, right? So annual expenditure, you have to get this, not monthly, basically annually you have to do this. And see, because when you do the analysis only, you will see the important where you generate some ideas, right? When you go through the numbers and some of the informations, you will automatically you will generate some creative ideas, right? So then relate it to some of the strategy and try to implement it. So spend analysis, product price, quantities, then suppliers, business, delivery performance. So all the areas you can focus the spend analysis. Thereby you will see the contributions where you have invested on more, right? So this one, even recently I did a good analysis, the spend analysis, one of the company. Then here I have given some information. You can read this. So this is how the analysis will find you. So how you can reduce the cost, and you can use the Pareto in here as well. So the QC tools are common, right? So checklist, Pareto chart, cause and effect, control charts, all are basic things. You can use anywhere, right? So wherever you want to analyze or solve problem, then you can use those tools. So try to get some understanding on that. If you can do some quality circles, cross-functional teams like that. There are different quality circle, cross-functional team, then different methods are available, right? So you try to use it, even Delphi technique. So those brainstorming sessions, those activities you can use in your organizations to practice this, right? So try to use it. That is what I can give you. And supply performance, this is again important area. Cascading performance measures. So in traditional method, we didn't do in this way, right? In traditional methods, the corporate, we have not practiced in a different, we have not developed the performance measures to each level. So the strategic method, we are focusing all levels, each level. Corporate strategy means the top level. Then supply strategy, goals and objectives, performance measures and actions. So this is what the performance measures we do in sourcing, right? So first we go through the corporate strategy, then what is our supply strategy, and then we set goals and objectives, then we cascade it into performance measures and actions. When you set your goals and objectives, it should be goals is somewhat bigger. Per goal, there can be many objectives, right? So objectives should be a SMART, right? A SMART means, what is a SMART? A SMART, yes. A SMART means, SMART stand for?
Specific, measurable.
Yes. Simple.
Achievable.
Or
Reliable.
Measurable, achievable, reliable, time bound. There should be a time, like increase, reduce purchasing cost 10% within next 6 years, 6 months, likewise. So, and it should be achievable, right? Don't set objectives which you can't achieve. So you are the one set these objectives, so you should be able to achieve it. And also it is called management by objectives. So there are organizations now, when you follow ISO systems, you need to set some objectives. So within ISO system, you find management by evidence and management by objectives. So ISO is a system operate based on evidence, and ISO again operate with the objectives. So that is why finally you will get the improvements, continuous improvement, right? So this process is very important, right? So the strategy should come from the top level. Again, this is called top-down approach. Top-down approach, right? When you follow this process, then there will be another approach we call bottom-up approach. Bottom-up means if you practice this method, top-down approach, definitely you will get suggestions, creativity, innovations from the bottom people, right? So then you don't want to keep suggestion boxes in your organizations. So you will get a lot of suggestions, right? This is how Toyota manage the organization. Toyota get a lot of suggestions. So our organizations, we don't get suggestions. Why? We are not managing the organization in a better way, because most of we don't have top-down approach, right? So it will be something only the strategies are developed and it comes to the manager, and it never flow to the bottom. It gets stuck somewhere, right? Then the people in bottom of the pyramid at the floor level, they don't know what they want to do. They don't know long-term objectives, long-term, they don't know even vision of the organization. So then you never get the creativity, suggestions and all. You will get only the blames, right? This is method of managing organization. Management by evidence, management by objectives. There's another item called management by walk around, management by caring. Likewise, different methods available, different people use, right? If you can use all, then that is the best. Now, when you go through the different leadership styles, which leadership style is better? You can't say that, right? So depending on time, you have to change the leadership style. Sometimes you have to use bureaucratic, or sometimes autocratic. Sometimes you have to be as a servant, right? That is called servant leadership. Likewise, different leadership styles you need to select depending on situation, right? So there's a good research did by one of the students about the leadership, and that student wanted to see which leadership is the best, right? So finally, selecting 3 leadership styles, she did a research, and it is difficult to say that this is best. So what the conclusion was, all leadership styles related to the performance of the organization. So supplier performance, there will be a question in this area. And why cost-based measures be dysfunctional? This part also you have discussed, right? Go through all this. And then quality management we discuss. Under quality management, we discuss all these areas, part of the sourcing. What are the important things to be maintained in sourcing, focusing to quality management, quality practices, and we discuss cost of quality as well, right? Different cost, preventive, prevention cost, appraisal cost. Then basically two areas, non-conformities and conformities. So these two areas we discuss, and some of the quality definitions we discuss, and dimensions of the quality we discuss, right? So go through all that, and basically the sourcing involve detailed inspection, discrepancy management, corrective actions, process audits, then quality intelligence. So that is up to Six Sigma. We discuss Six Sigma as well there. Defects per millions of opportunities. DPMO. So different scales, some elements under. Now, when you take the corrective actions, what are the important areas should be in corrective actions? Then why we need process audits? In sourcing, we used to audit the suppliers, and we audit the process, accepting when you receive material, what sort of process you will follow, right? So you order some material, then you receive material. Then once you receive material, what is the process you adhere? So if you have implemented a system, then there is a procedure how to accept the material. The receiving material accepting method is there. You need to get the technical quality assurance certification, because you are not the one ordering, right? Ordering is done by the operation people. So quality assurance will do the assurance part. So you need to get comments, you need to get feedback from the quality assurance plus the owner who ordered the items. So the acceptance will be done by the warehouse people, but they need to get these two requirements you have to satisfy. So how you send it to payments? Then there are some documents. You need to have purchase order and invoice and these quality assurance certificates. Then honors the order, the person who ordered, then his comments. So likewise, those comments, those are the procedures. Different procedures are there. So you have to comply the procedures. So this is what the quality assurance, you need to comply the procedures. So procedures you have to set up. No one will come and set up the procedures. You have to set up your procedures under ISO systems. If you follow ISO systems, then you have to follow these requirements, right? If you don't have ISO, then no issue. Anyway, you can accept. There is no proper system, right? So you can have your own system. No one will audit. So this is why the quality assurance comes. So there are different stages in the history: quality control, quality assurance, then total quality management. Now we follow the total quality management. So then it is in a different format. So there you will get some additional responsibilities. So the operator, there's no separate people to assure the quality. The person who make the product assure the quality. Now, when you use your vehicle, you are the one check vehicle and update everything, check tires, check fuel. If any breakdown, if any tire punch, you will replace the tire, right? This is where the total quality and total productive maintenance both comes in play, autonomous system. So these are the things that we discuss under the sourcing in summary, right? So your questions are based on these areas, so you can strategically think and go through the notes.
Sir,
Right.
sir,
Yes.
excuse me.
Yes.
Theoretical definitions are given in the exam. We have to do those things also. Theoretical definitions.
No, there won't be any theoretical definitions.
Okay, sir. Thank
That is in undergraduate level.
you. Okay.
Testing theoretical definition based on Bloom's taxonomy, right? So you start from the understanding, remember, then understand. Likewise, this is not like that. So you will get a something statement. You have to discuss. You have to think creatively. You have to answer. So the important thing, you need to incorporate the theoretical definitions. If you want, you can incorporate, right? I'm not directly, you will not get a question. Define supply chain. Likewise, you will not get. Sometimes you will get the definition, and there will be a question based on that definition. Let's say supply chain definition says flows and processes. Likewise, now in this here there's here you find a definition. Now in this definition, supply chain management is the management across a network of upstream and downstream organizations of material information and resource flow that leads to the creation of value in the form of product and or service, right? Likewise, this can be there. Then you will discuss what are the flows, what are the processes, giving a relevant example or explain about the value addition. Likewise, the questions will be there, right? So there won't be any question. There won't be a question like define supply chain or define sourcing, or likewise no questions. So somewhat broader questions you will get. You have freedom to answer, but try to focus more on strategic. When you answer, you can relate some of the other things. Right now, going through this statement, then you can say basically three flows are there: information flow, material flow, fund flow. Likewise, if you have not, without indicating those three, if you answer, you will not get marks, right? So now the definition says material information resource flow leads to creation of value, right? Then there can be questions, discuss in detail the flows and the process of the supply chain management. Okay, then you have to remember the theories. What are the flows? What are the processes? Then 3 flows are there: information flow, material flow, and the finance flow, right? Processes, different processes: upstream, operation, downstream, then marketing. Those are the, you can say, primary process and supporting process, then development process. Likewise, those theoretical terms should be there, right? Without indicating those terms, if you answer, you will not get marks. Clear, Ganga?
Yes, sir. Thank you. It's clear.
Anything else?
Sir, leadership styles are not given, no? It's
No,
not,
no.
not
No
relevant.
leadership style here. That
Okay.
is not relating to sourcing.
Yeah.
I just gave you as an example.
Okay, sir.
Whatever you learn, whatever you went through during the period, and basically these are the areas, right? No other areas. Introduction, supply chain, purchasing tools and techniques, strategic sourcing, information system, quality management, and strategic cost management. So these areas will cover in this examination, right? Try to get some familiarization, like value chain analysis. What is value chain analysis? This is, you have to remember the value chain analysis, right? So value chain analysis is the big picture, the entire process of adding value to the product. This is the like a factory. So in factory, you will find the value chain. In manufacturing, what do? You add value, right? So in service, you add value. How you add value? So a strategic approach of adding value. So now we are talking with value and cost. In traditional system, we never talk about the values, right? We talk about cost and profit. So now we are not talking those, we talk about value, how to add value, right? There are different methods using by different people to add value, and then you should know what is value, right? There are different values, so that we discuss different types of values, division of values. Likewise, you have to have clear understanding about the concepts. Okay.
Sir, question, another one.
Yes.
Before the exam, do we have another theoretical part or?
No. This is the last.
Uh-huh.
After that, we will meet next semester.
Oh, okay, sir.
This is the last session. So important session. So if you are strategic, you can pass the exam. I have given my fullest support, right? You will understand when you start writing the exam, you will understand that. So think. Somewhat tricky. Okay. ඒකත් අවුල්ද දන්නේ. Yeah, any question? Others? Yes, Ravi Priya?
No, sir, no. Thank you very much.
Everything clear, no?
Your guidelines are very important. We may have to relate it against when studying.
Yeah, you have to just note down what I explained you today.
Done.
So, every word, each word important,
Yes.
right? So take it positive and think. So no, don't worry. This is not a difficult thing. You can manage the exam, but my focus is more on practical, right?
Sure.
Practical in the sense you need to blend the
Yes.
theory, as I
Theory.
explained you now.
Yes, sir.
Flow of supply chain. Supply chain has flows, 3 flows. This way you can remember, right? 3 flows: information, product, and funds. So information, I gave you enough examples how informations are coming to you. So you will analyze the information and make decision. Customer complaints, supplier complaints, quality issues, everything, all the feedbacks what you get, you can put it under information. Then the second flow is the product. Product is flowing from one end to other end. You get the raw material, and raw material you are getting purchasing, then it transport, then you get it to the warehouse, then you do inventory, you issue it to operation, they convert in the operation, they add value in the operation. How they add value? They change their shape or something, do different, go through different process, and they make a product. This is where the value is added. Then it come back to finished good, right? And again, it's going to customer. So this is the flow, material flow, then funds. So while in this process, the product at cost, each process you purchase, you need to pay. You transport, you need to pay. You keep it in your warehouse, again you have a cost, right? You need to put security, lights, then space, all cost. Now you are thinking on cost factors. Then you give it to operation, add their energy, people, waste, everything you cost. And finally, it comes to finished goods, and it goes to customer, and customer pay amount to you, and then it comes as a sale, revenue, right? Then cost is there, revenue is there. So revenue minus cost will be the profit. Okay. So this is the simple explanation. So you have to explain in that way.
So here funds are flowing both ways. That means that the other way is when returning the goods to supplier. That means from the customer.
Returning the goods to supplier, then it is the material.
No, funds are
Yeah,
transferring.
if you do if you return funds, then it's funds.
Okay, sir.
Whatever financial involvement we can, this is not funds actually, it should be finance, right? I just extracted it from your teaching presentation. So different book says different in a different way, right? So you can use it as finance flow and information flow, material flow, finance flow. That way you can put. So the cost factors, the activity related to finance, you can put under finance flow. It can be return, or it can be revenue, or it can be cost, whatever thing. Okay.
Yes, sir, yes.
So try to familiar the concepts. So use these things. I try to use it even wherever I get opportunity, I try to use. So then easy. You can remember it. These spend analysis, value analysis, value chain, value proposition. What is value proposition? Thank you. Value proposition. Value proposition means customer and supplier, right? Customer is there, supply is there. So when you want to match the requirement, because business is earning customers, right? If no customers, no business. So you need to comply. You need to match the requirement of the customer. If you don't match, if you don't meet the requirement of the customer, then you will not get business, right? So value proposition means you are meeting the customer's requirement. What customer expect? It can be a gain or pain, right? Customer want a gain or customer can have a pain. If you can give a solution to that, that is what value proposition. Right? Any question? Seems no, everything clear, no? Right, then we can wind up. So all the very best. So
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for
hopefully we do a
explaining.
good thing. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you.
you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night.